He's been dubbed as the Prince Nassim of Australian boxing, the man with the Ali shuffle and iron fists. Tonight is a night that Sam Soliman has vowed to set the record straight and show his true boxing skills to the watching world in a grudge match against Dale Westerman. And earlier on tonight, we spoke to Sam Soliman.
I feel much better and stronger. I've fought everywhere now. I've done everything, and you've got to look at the fighters I've fought, and they're all up there, so I feel confident for this one.
And making his way to the ring is two-time world kickboxing champion Diamond Dale Westerman. Tonight, Westerman will leave his kicks at home as he steps into the ring to settle a boxing grudge match against slippery Sam Soliman. Finally, after all the talk, Westerman and Soliman are going to walk the walk here tonight, folks. And earlier on this evening, we spoke to Diamond Dale Westerman.
Well, you know, Sam has got a reputation of being, like you said, cagey, and he's very... a bit scrappy, but he does it well and he knows what he's doing. So I've got my work cut out, and I'm just going to be on him and make this guy pay tonight.
Like I said, he's in the change room. Keep your hands up at all time and obey my commands at all time. Shake hands now at the beginning of the last round. Good luck.
We are ready to get it on in this super grudge match. Boxing grudge match between Diamond Dale Westerman out of the red corner and Sam Soliman out of the blue corner. Mark the Hammer, we've been waiting for a long time for this showdown.
Well, certainly, Michael, the questions will be answered as this fight gets underway. Slippery Sam Soliman is a good mover and shaker. Diamond Dale Westerman, my former sparring and training partner, of course, under the auspices of Bryce Birtwistle. We've done many around. The question is, will Dale be able to cut Sam off and go to work and stop his reign of Prince Hazim type fighting style?
Sam Soliman, one of the slipperiest fighters you're ever likely to come across. I've never seen anyone knock him out. And can Diamond Dale do the job here tonight? Nice left hand there by Dale. Soliman, of course, the former Australian cruiserweight professional boxing champion. Defeated Peter Kinsella, knocked him out in the 12th round for that title. And has slimmed right down for this fight. Nice left hook there by Sam. Dale just ducking under the right hook. You have to watch those hooking punches of Soliman. They're one of his favourites, aren't they, Mark?
Well, they certainly are. He has his hands down fairly low, and Bryce and Dale believe they've worked him out. But many a fighter, including Marty Fogus, have thought the same. But Sammy Soliman has showed otherwise. He is very much a journeyman when it comes to boxing.
Nice left hand there by Westerman. Soliman just ties him up in the centre of the ring. They dance over to the neutral corner. Third man in centering, Ignatius Michelanis. Westerman just ducking under the left hook. Soliman, a very unpredictable fighter, likes to fire his punches from angles that you don't anticipate. There's a nice right hand, caught Dale sweetly on the jaw. And both men have an enormous threshold of pain, can take a lot of punishment and can serve it out just as well. There's the end of the first round. Mark the Hammer, how did you see that?
Well, that's an even round, Michael. Diamond Dale certainly landed some good clean punches. Sammy also, as you said, got away some good looping overhand rights and lefts. And pretty much I think they're just filling each other out in the first round. As I look down at my stat sheets, 22 punches to Westerman, 14 to Soliman.
You'll knock him every time.
Seconds out, round two.
All is in readiness for the second round. Plenty of instruction there from your former trainer, Bryce Birtwistle, in the corner of Diamond Dale, Mark.
Well, Bryce likes to try and work out difficult fighters. He takes it as a personal challenge himself, and he believes that he's found an opening in Sam Soliman's armour, and he believes that Dale can take advantage of that. But only the fight will tell.
Put your heads in close. Break! Don't punch, don't punch.
Short uppercut there by Soliman against the ropes.
In close. Box on.
Looking in superb condition tonight, Soliman. As we said, in his short yet decorated boxing career, has fought some of the biggest names around. Peter Kinsella, Mark Bajero, and has beaten them. Westerman leads him with the left, didn't find the mark. Soliman, that short right hook to the head. Just not enough mustard behind it to do any real damage in close. Westerman, the long reaching left hand. Soliman tried to drop the right to the bread basket. Dale just walks into that left hand. Tentative start to the second round here, Mark.
Well, you know, both fighters, you'd have to say, would respect each other's abilities a great amount, but they're not going to be doing anything silly. And, of course, they are professionals, so this is how all good professional fights start. The first few rounds, they've got to try and work out a game plan and find an opening. And, of course, Dale Westerman has been working down at Mick Kennevan's gym with the likes of the Louis Gang and Stuart Patterson, so he's had some quality sparring down there in Ringwood in Victoria. And Sam Soliman likewise training out of the underworld, and I'm sure he's been doing the rounds sparring at many gyms. That's where he feels he gets his strength from, just travelling around sparring a great amount of various fighters.
End of the second round of action, a good even round that one again, Hammer.
Well, it still is going to go down to the wire as the stats show me. 18 connecting punches Westerman, 15 Soliman, so not a great amount in it, and when those punches are landing, they're certainly leaving an impact on the opponent, so they're certainly working very closely.
Start rolling that right hand over the top, then you're going to get him on the chin. If he comes at you, short right, straight from the up, bang, straight down the centre. Okay, now when you get into that position, start coming up. Okay, and get out the outside. Start working that body, both hands, but not once. Not once. Twos. That's okay. Twos, not one punch. You land a good left hook, you did it beautiful, okay? You picked that punch off very nice. You've done very well with that, okay? You won that round, there's no problems at all. Now start picking it up, start using your dab, start putting it a bit more on jab. I know you have to pick it up, Sammy. Get the jab.
That's every morning.
Into the third round of action, Sam Soliman against Dale Westerman. Plenty of instruction there from the living legend Dave Hedgecock in the corner of Sam Soliman. Nice left hand there by Soliman. I think he's caused some damage so far to the right eye of Diamond Dale, Mark. You can see some bruising, a small mouse under that right eye of Diamond Dale.
There is a little mouse there, but that's probably come from one of those leaping left hooks of Soliman's.
A nice left hook of his own there from Westerman.
Pretty much path of the course, and Westerman has received a lot worse, but he's still going to have to guard that right eye and just be very wary of anything coming from the left-hand side of Soliman, because as his eye puffs up, it does make your vision slightly impaired.
Soliman just wading in, a long reaching left hand. Hedgecock telling his boy between the rounds to work more combinations and not just single punch shots. Soliman, one of the real movers and groovers of the boxing scene, moves in now. Just got out of dodge with a bit of fancy footwork. Westerman, meanwhile, has got his right hand cocked and ready, but at the same time just guarding that right eye. Soliman trying to crack the left hook to the ribs. Nice straight left, caught Dale, flush on the kisser. There was a short right uppercut, rocked Dale's head back. And Soliman finding his way through the guard there a couple of times, Mark.
He's slowly trying to find an opening in Dale's guard. Dale's also anticipating Sam's moves quite well. As we see we've seen the instructions to Sam from, of course, his trainer, the legendary Dave Hedgecock, at the end of the last round. Sammy has a very experienced and trained eye in his corner who is going to be pointing out any weaknesses that Dale may have. Dave Hedgecock's been around for a long time, and he is certainly one of the most experienced boxing trainers this country has. 19 connecting punches, Westerman, 15 Soliman that round. So Westerman holding his head up when it comes to landing punches, but Soliman has a very, very confident demeanour, and that certainly reads well on the judges, or at the end of the fight when the judges have to weigh up the fight. They can sometimes tell as we see them working on that little mouse under Westerman's eyes there in the corner. It seems to have been compressed down a little.
Got to do a little bit more now.
Knockout promotion.
You understand? Yep. Don't let it slip away because you're not prepared to do something. Okay.
Seconds out, round 4.
We're rolling into the fourth round of this boxing grudge match. Diamond Dale Westerman, Sam Soliman. Beautiful stinging left hand there by Soliman. Caught him sweetly. The sweat flew off the brow of Diamond Dale Westerman. Westerman told by Bryce Birtwistle between rounds to pick up the pace. He used to do just that little bit more. Caught him there at the nice left uppercut. Soliman looks in great shape here tonight, Mark. Haven't seen him in this condition for a long time.
Well, Sammy's certainly always one of the best prepared fighters you're likely to see. He does the work, and he always comes in looking a treat.
Soliman just getting out of the way of the right hand. Very frustrating fighter, Sammy Soliman. Just drops the right hand to the breadbasket, came upstairs with a left hook, didn't quite find the mark. Dale swung with a left hook of his own. There's the right hand to the ribs by Soliman. Came through with the left hook. He likes to shoot them from the waist. Fortunately for Westerman, that one didn't find the mark.
Soliman's had a lot of luck with that step-up jab of his. He keeps catching Dale with that one. But the hooks haven't been as successful for him as they usually are. And Westerman at this stage moving quite well. In with Soliman.
Nice shots to the body there by Soliman. The lip hook is gained by Sam Soliman to win the fourth round. How do you see that one, Mark?
Well, that was a strong round for Soliman. Westerman getting caught with a couple of good jabs there. And also catching Sam in turn with a nice left hook.
They're all around the body, they're not scoring.
Looking down at my statistics sheet, I see 18 connecting punches, Westerman 21 Soliman. So Soliman making a bit of a charge now and upping the work rate.
And I want you to step up quick to him or rip to the body. Right? And I want to see that right hand start to roll over the top. All right? It's your chin.
See Sammy just stepping up with that jab. You're catching Dale getting out of the way of the left hook, and the fighters then link up. They go to work on the inside, but neither really having enough space. Dale trying to get that uppercut happening, but just not happening as Ignatius Miscellaneous just splits them there.
Seconds out. Down and those right hands going. Keep the pressure on.
Round 5.
Into the fifth round of action. Soliman just using that step-up jab to open the round again. Nice left hand. Westerman just catching him there with the short left hook. Soliman leads out with the left jab. Needs to follow through with the right hand, however. Still those one shots from Soliman. There was a nice short right uppercut in there from Westerman that found the target just to the side of the jaw. Soliman just peppering away with the jab. Drops the right hand to the body. Dale comes over the top with a looping left hook. One minute 10 down. Soliman there connecting with the left hand. Nice right hand there by Soliman. Caught Dale sweetly. Finding the mark again here, Sam Soliman, Mark.
Well, Sam's starting to pick up the pace a little now, and Dale's going to have to go with him. Can't afford to sit back and have too much of a look at what Sammy's doing. He's got to push up and just keep the pressure right on Sammy Soliman, or else certainly Sam will pile up the points. He's very, very fit, and he will finish strongly, Sam Soliman.
Time for Dale Westerman to bring on the heavy artillery, you feel. Has to step up the pressure, as the hammer said. And Sammy Soliman just outpointing him at the moment. Soliman just waiting with the left hook, caught him with a nice right uppercut. There's the end of the 5th round. Mark the hammer. How do you see that one?
Well, Soliman's starting to plant those left hooks in now off that very deep stance of his. He's throwing the left hook off the hip, and it is catching Westerman to the right side of the face. And certainly Soliman coming with a charge now, 25 connecting punches in that round to Westerman 16. So Sammy Soliman upping the work rate and starting to edge ahead just slightly at this stage.
But he's only laying on one shot. That's all he's trying for, one shot. His fitness isn't there. He's starting to get tired. You've got to put the pressure on him. Keep that left jab. Don't pull back on your punches. Keep making close, making further punches, making further fight. He's got to fight, because then he makes mistakes. You've got to shorten, you're throwing a bit wide because you're trying to pull back. Stay forward, rip. That was beautiful right hand to the body before. You've got to do that a bit more often, but bounce the right hand back. He's not expecting. Left jab's working well for you, setting everything else up. Double punch to the body. He's very, you're hitting the body already.
Lots of movement.
Come on, mate, this is right.
Into the 6th round. Soliman's corner anticipating that Westerman is tiring. Westerman really needs to turn up the pace, get that adrenaline pumping here in the ring. Soliman just catches him there at the straight left. Dropping the left hand to the body. Cracks the right down to the ribs in close. Dale's got him all tied up over against the ropes. And just punching off the break there was Soliman with the left hand. 45 seconds down in this round. Soliman just leading with the left, tried to fire out the right hook. Soliman found the mark a little more in the last round to the body, whereas earlier on in the fight he was attacking the head somewhat more. Leads him with the left hand and just ties Westerman up. Nice left uppercut there by Soliman from a distance. There's the overhand left from Soliman. Oh, Dale connected with a thumping right hand. Best shot of the fight so far, Mark.
Well, certainly Dale finding the mark, but Sammy Soliman's still there. It can be nothing more demoralising for a fighter when you lay your best shot on your opponent and they're still up. Sort of leaves you out in a quandary as what to do after that and what sort of combination you have to put together to hurt your opponent.
Soliman just leading with the left. Westerman needs to step up the tempo still, rattle out some more combinations. Does he need to maybe cut off the ring hammer and force Soliman into a corner and go to work on him?
Well, I think that's what Soliman is expecting Dale to do, and in turn I think Sammy Soliman will then do what he always does and tie you up and go for the break. So that game plan I don't think has worked for anyone who has fought Sam Soliman to date. So Dale is trying to employ a more stand back and mirroring type stance, but he's not firing that jab out enough for mind. 14 connecting punches Westerman, 17 Soliman. So starting to even out again, but nevertheless I feel Sammy Soliman still looking very strong.
Time. 30 seconds. Suck it up.
As we see the right hand just glancing off the chin sort of area of Soliman from Westerman. Soliman once again, you can see the focus in his eye with that big leaping left hook. Not really finding the mark. Once again missing with that left hook, and Westerman moving in and closing the gap. This has become an interesting tussle so far.
Sam Soliman in the red trunks, Diamond Dale in the blue if you've just joined us. Diamond Dale actually wearing his Muay Thai trunks in a conventional boxing fight. There's something different. Soliman just catching him there, waiting with the left hook. Of course, Westerman holds a world title in Muay Thai and one in kickboxing.
Certainly Westerman showing that he can do it on any facet of ring combat.
Nice left hook there by Westerman.
Well, that's what Westerman's got to be using a lot more of. Left hook, left uppercut. Soliman does get his head very low, and I feel that's probably the only opening really that Dale can take some sort of an advantage of, lead in with that left himself.
Westerman has a round and a half to really turn up the pressure now. Soliman just firing in again with the left.
Well, Westerman has a very tight defence. When Soliman gets into range, he has successfully parried and caught a lot of those punches on the arms and the gloves. But it's just Sammy's fight style that he always looks the goods, and that, as I said, can influence the judges.
Wild left hook there by Westerman, didn't quite find the mark. Soliman with that too threatening right hand of his. Stings in the left hand, nicely done there by Sam Soliman. Just threading the left hand through the defence of Westerman on that occasion. There it is again. That one caught him flush on the chin. The crowd really rallying behind both men here at the Melbourne Sports and Entertainment Centre. Left hand to finish it, there's the end of the round.
Well, Sammy Soliman once again measuring his mark, still keeping that long, deep stance. And Westerman, as I said, he's going to work that lead left a little more. 17 punches apiece in that round, connecting punches. So a very, very even round, that one. See Sammy leading in with a jab, getting caught with a left hook prior to that, a glancing right hand, but still focused. And if he's hurt, he doesn't show it, Sammy Soliman. Once again, nice lead-up jab there from Soliman. And Westerman trying the big overhand right, but not working for him. Both fighters taking each other's measure. Westerman weaving the hook there from Soliman. And still looking fairly tidy, nevertheless. And I tell you what, Michael, this one is going down to the wire.
We have a representative from each company still in the centre ring. Seconds out, 8th and final round.
Well, after all the talk and the war of words that has been going on between these two for quite a few years, this is the 8th and final round of this boxing grudge match. Diamond Dale Westerman against Sam Soliman. And you can cut the electricity here at the Melbourne Sports and Entertainment Centre with a knife. Soliman just probing with the left hand.
Well, I don't think anything different is going to come from Soliman in this, the last round, but I think Dale should throw caution to the wind a little and go in hard. But I suppose against the fight of the calibre of Sam Soliman, you can't afford to throw caution too far out the window because you will get caught. But nevertheless, Westerman's going to want to make a big impression here in the last round.
Soliman just ripping the right hand to the body. Does a little shuffle backwards, tries to lay the straight right to the sternum. Westerman looped up with the uppercut, didn't quite find the target, waited with the straight left hand. That stinging left by Soliman. Nice right uppercut there by Sam Soliman. Caught him with the left hook. Dale just dropping his head a bit on that occasion.
Let it go, Dale. Let it go. Come on.
And the good conditioning of both these great ring athletes that here in the 8th round, after absorbing a lot of punishment, still very mobile. Short right uppercut there by Soliman, dropping the left hand down to the body. Westerman just trying to catch with the left hook. It came close, but no cigar. They tie up in the centre of the ring. Referee Ignatius Michelanus breaking both men up. It's been a very clean fight so far. Soliman coming over the top with the right hand. There it is, the end of the 8th and final round of this much anticipated boxing grudge match. Mark the Hammer Castanini, we've gone down to the judges. How do you see it?
Well, this fight for mine always was going to go to distance for me. Sammy Soliman keeping busy, fairly constant work rate throughout. After 16 minutes of fighting, 8 by 2 minute rounds, it's going to be a very, very close one, and I wouldn't want to pick it. But I think for confidence and maybe showmanship, he looked supremely confident throughout. Sammy Soliman. If you're going to go for grunt, you'd have to go for Westerman. But at the end of it, I wouldn't want to pick the winner. In the last round, 16 connecting punches, Westerman, 14 Soliman. So all in all, I'd say, looking at the statistics, it's pretty much neck and neck, and I'm going to leave this one to the judges. Here we see Westerman leading up with that left hook, dancing around. Soliman always on the backward weave. And a very, very hard man to tag. Right uppercut there from Soliman, catching Westerman as he just got down a little too low. But have a look at Sammy Soliman's stance. I'll tell you what, he's a hard man to work out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we went to the scorecards. Norman Liu, Chris Anderson and David Wignall were all in unanimity. The winner from the blue corner, Sam King Soliman.
Well, there you have it, a unanimous decision going away. The king, Sam Soliman.
Well, Sam Soliman looking the goods, once again putting it all together, but he's always looking a winner, even if he's getting beaten, but nevertheless a good effort from Sammy Soliman tonight, stringing together another win for his record.
Sam, congratulations. 4 years ago, you two guys met in a controversial kickboxing match, and therefore it meant a lot to you tonight. You were still in that sort of cute mood, ducking and weaving and bobbing and weaving and all that stuff, but congratulations.
Yeah, I want to thank Dale for the fight, and I'm sure there'll be a third and final rematch. If possible, I'd like to thank the Manhattan Terrace for their sponsorship, and Everlast and Black and Blue and Underworld Gym and the rest. Thank you very much, and hope to see you all next time.
Okay, Sam King Soliman. And a disappointing. Come on, a big round of applause for Polished Diamond, Dale Westerman. Dale, well, the ledger says 1 each in boxing, kickboxing, so Sam's sort of noted a third match to decide the rubber match. How did you see it tonight? Disappointed?
Well, unfortunately, Howard, to steal your thunder, there won't be a third rematch because I'd just like to thank everyone for supporting my career, judges, officials, and all my good friends I've made. I decided to call it a day. I just hope the sport continues to grow in strength. It's an emotional moment for me, but thanks again to everybody, and it's been a pleasure being involved in the sport. I love you all.